So the biggest problem I've noticed to start with, number one, is local businesses being overshadowed by these huge corporations like Little Caesars, Walmart, a QT by your gas station. And the one thing you can do is always make sure you're showing you can care about every customer specifically. And I'll get into what I mean by that. One thing you can do as a pizza restaurant is you can show that you get your ingredients locally, because everyone knows big places like Little Caesars, Walmart, they don't really get their things local. They may say they do, but you never see them at your farmer's market. And if they have these own farms that's just to them, they could be doing whatever with it. It's not local. You can't trust it necessarily. So make them trust you, and that can be your competitive edge. It's a big thing you can show on social media, on all your platforms, and you can showcase this in your business, and this can be a unique selling point for you. The small things that businesses can't do because they have too many people or they need too higher production numbers, you can do for every individual person. One thing you need to focus on is showing people they're important, and when you do that, people are this much more likely to want your business over that big chain that moved in across the street. Don't let this go to waste. So, how do we kick all these giant corporations and industry chains to the curb? Spoiler alert, it involves a lot of Instagramming at your favorite restaurant or local coffee shop. And actually, that brings me to my next point. Why are businesses so afraid of using social media? One big thing I've always seen is, for example, I did outreach for a business. It was a bar, and they were just always saying they didn't need social media. When I followed up, they said, "Yeah, we still don't need it. I just think I'm just gonna go my own way, bro. I'm gonna do what I've been doing. It's come to work all right for me. I don't get the results I want, but this is better than social media. I want my hands out of that. Wash my hands. It's clean. I don't want anything to do with it." So coming around 5, 6 months later, I go to follow up with them, and they are going out of business. And I asked the owner, "What's the reason for, going out of business? Why are you closing down the shop?" And the thing they said was the one reason I reached out to them in the first place. They said they could not get the attention of the people they wanted to come in. They would have locals come in every now and then. Maybe someone would stop on the side of the road and pull in for a nice drink or two, but they could not remain and keep the consistency they needed. Their target audience was not there, and they never knew about it to begin with. This is something that you need to avoid at all costs. No matter what, you need people through the door. Being seen online is like, think of it as your personal storefront. Your Instagram, your Facebook, your social media page is your storefront. People need to be invited through your online presence, and this is what brings them into the store to experience what you offer. If you can help them bridge the gap from interest to walking in the store with your social media in the front, this is what will keep customers coming again and again and again. This is how you develop favorites. This is how you develop people who recurring come, locals who always make you their favorite spot and invite their friends and family and host events there. This is what you want. You don't just want people who come and leave and never see you again. That's nice every now and then, but that's not what keeps the lights on. Think of it like diving in the pool. The first plunge is scary, but once you're in, you just float along. Now, let's talk about why some businesses are standing at the edge of the pool. And this is because they don't understand the importance of customer engagement, polls, questions, and just making sure that you're in their face, knowing what they like. And what I mean by this is, if you're a business who says, "Yeah, I'm going to make this poster, I'm just going to post this one flyer, I'm just going to take a picture of my staff doing some work," that is not enough to make your customers want to be a part of the experience. What you need is to run polls on what are your favorite menu items. Ask questions about what type of live events would you like us to see? Who would you like us to partner up with? Where are some events and festivals we should go as a restaurant to bring our food to you and to the locals so we can grow and expand more? The importance of customer engagement is one of the key factors in social media. If you make posts and no one engages with it, it's like it's not even there. Now I get it. Some people focus on brand awareness, but Brand awareness is cool, but brand awareness does not guarantee customers come in. It never has and it never will. Being known is not the same thing as being popular. You want to be popular. You want to be the big business in your industry and in your area. And the key to this, the one way to the heart with these people, is to ask them what they like. It's to go and do the thing that they like once you get the information. Doing this, it's a skyrocket to success. You can't go wrong on an open book test with the answers right in front of you. So make as many open book tests as you can and level up your business. And speaking of engagement, do you remember that time, the very first time you sent a text to your crush and actually got a reply? That's the same happiness customers need to feel. And one way you can do that is making sure you're at their local events. So let's dive into local events. Believe it or not, there is an importance to missing local events, which brings us to number 4. As of today, I have a Hispanic restaurant right now that is considering going to the Tacos and Tequila Festival because I'm in Greenville, South Carolina. And whether they go or not is perfectly fine. But as a business owner, you should always consider going to these local events, festivals, and even concerts and putting your name out there, getting in front of the younger crowd, getting in front of the older crowd who likes to go out and drink or eat and have fun. Because these are the people who are going to make you money, and these are the people who you want to see in your bar, your pizza restaurant, your grocery store, and your local restaurant any time of the week and day. These people are so important. And just by going to these local events, these local festivals, these local get-togethers and gatherings, you can now know what menu items sell the best, what people like the most about your business, the graphics and the visuals that attract them to your business the most to come in. And when you take all these things and compile them in a big bucket and dump them into your store and start applying them, you will be so surprised. I cannot emphasize this enough. You will be so surprised on how easy it is to get new customers based off how many people came to your food stand or your booth at a local event or festival. It's just valuable information. Don't forget that. Imagine turning down a party invite. You'd miss literally all of the social media worthy moments. Who wants to do that? So now let's talk about how to make sure your business doesn't miss out on the fun. When you think about it, it's kind of like a seesaw. Too much weight on one side and someone ends up in the grass. But speaking of balance, let's talk about what you should never do. What you should not do. Yes, you. What you should not do in a small business community. Very important, but it is obvious to some, not to a lot. I'm surprised how much I see it. Is you should not be slandering your local businesses to try and get ahead of competition. It's not about who you can talk crap about the most and who has the funniest joke against their competitive restaurant or their competitive business or, just your largest competition. It's not about talking trash. You should be using your social media to establish genuine connections with people. This is how collaborations happen. This is how partnerships happen. And this is how people offer promotions that go from one business to the next. Synergy, perfect synergy from one business to the next. Do not destroy your reputation in a small town, city, village, whether you're on a villa, at a small little shopping center. Never, ever, 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 ever talk trash about your competition in a small business area. The word can only go but so far. And when it gets to them, people are going to say, that's the business where if you're anywhere near them, they're going to badmouth you. And people won't want to be near you. People won't want to do business with you. People will be hungry on their lunch breaks. And they will not choose your business no matter how tired they are of theirs because they will not think you deserve it. And rightfully, because you don't. You do not deserve good customers and good people if you're going to be a bad person. It's all the game. It's all love of the sport. Do not ruin your reputation. That's the one thing you have as a business owner and as a credible business and brand that you're building. Do not destroy it. You will need that online. You will need that everywhere for social media, for Google, for Bing, for YouTube. You do not want to be the person with tons of bad reviews. It's never good for you. I've never seen it work out. Don't advise it. Advise heavily against it. Just letting you know that. You're a local business owner, so I'm sure you've thought of this question before. Where should I focus my marketing efforts? Should I be hanging posters around the city like I've seen some car washes do? Or should I be hammering it through online ads? Or should I be growing organically through my social media accounts? And what I will say is you want to focus and double down on what you've seen work the best for your business or popular businesses with your same model, so similar pizza restaurants or similar jewelry stores or similar gas stations or coffee shops around America and even around the world if you know where to look. Knowing where these places do their marketing and seeing how heavily they put in each area, this is a key indicator on what you should do. I firmly believe that success leaves clues. So if you're gonna focus on successful people and mimic it, but don't steal everything they do, incorporate it into your brand image, split up the percentages and say I'll go 60% online, 40% offline, and local. That's great. My personal recommendation, if you own a brick and mortar business specifically, is you should go 70% online, 30% local. Because most people locally are gonna already know or have heard about you from being in their city for so long, or from being the new place, grand opening in their city. But people online know nothing about you. They don't know where you're at. They don't know what you do. They hardly know you exist. They already have their own mechanic they go to. They already have their own detailing person who pulls up mobily and does everything they need for them. So you want to be in front of new people. In sales, there's a saying that's always be closing. And in marketing, there's what I want to say is always be seen. Good, all publicity is good publicity as long as you're a good business. So if you're a good business, focus on being seen by new people and treating the people that are there like gold. This is a perfect marketing strategy. As long as you're treating your people excellent and the new people are seeing you and then they come in their first experience with you, it's excellent, you will do amazing. No doubt about it. No question. You'll go kill it. So this is the 7 topics I wanted to bring up for you today. So to wrap that up, the 7 things we talked about today was 1, how to be a local business and compete with giant chains. 2, while most local businesses are definitely afraid of social media and how to conquer that. 3, the importance of customer feedback and why you should never ignore it. 4, why you should never miss local events or you should never kick them out of consideration. You should always consider them at all times. 5, is a fine line between promo and being annoying. Don't be a one-trick pony or the friend that always talks about their cat. And 6, local and online. Where should you be focusing your marketing? There are plenty of places you can do it, but you should know how to split it from here to there and get the best results for your business. These are what we talked about today, and happy to see all of you. I'm Insights with Izzy on YouTube, and I'm gg.izzy, I-Z-Z-Y, on social media, both platforms, Instagram, Facebook. Looking forward to hearing from you. Take this and let me know how it works for you. Actually, drop a comment. Make sure you like and subscribe, but drop a comment and tell me which one stood out the most to you and which one you think will give you the best probability for increasing your sales monthly. I'll see you next time with more marketing tips and more social media leveraging tips.